Have you ever noticed that some people tend to have people gather around them and want to gather around them all the time, and others people want to avoid like the plague? I'm sure you can think of somebody in your life that's like that. One of the leadership tips that I can give you is that when you are known for giving people good news, they'll want to gather around you. Whereas if all they hear from you is bad news, all they hear from you are skeptical reviews of what's going on in the world, then people, want to avoid you like the plague. I mean, there's a certain crowd that'll gather around you. Just go to Coffee Row, and you'll find them. But as a leader, you want people to be magnetically drawn to you, then you need to make sure that you are somebody who brings good news. Even when there are times as a leader, you need to give people what will be perceived as bad news. My wife Slojan and I, we get couples going in a marriage mentorship process. And when they first come to us, they are in distress, they're at the point of breakdown. And so one of the things we do is a very honest assessment, an online assessment that we use. And when we sit down with them, we tell them right up front, guys, what you're going to hear from us today is going to be mostly bad news. But, don't get too depressed because after we give you the bad news, there's something good coming. And so we set the stage for them so they don't get too down on themselves or get to the point of saying, we don't have any hope. And so, I'm a pastor by profession. And so quite often when I preach a message and I have to preach about a sinful behavior or something that is not pleasing to God, well, that is not good news. But at the very end, there is hope. There is a message that says, what, God still loves you. God still wants you back. Your marriage can be restored. There is hope for you. And so be known as a good news bearer, a good news bearer, and you watch how people are drawn to you. I'm Jeeva Sam.